Welcome back to this Frogplum audiobook series. If you haven't heard part 1 yet, make sure to start there. Just click the tab in the top right corner to begin from the start. And if you find this helpful, subscribe and tap the notification bell so you never miss the next part. Now let's continue. Chapter 19. The Fear of Success, the hidden barrier most people never see. People talk a lot about fear of failure. They almost never talk about fear of success. But for many people, fear of success is the deeper, stronger, and more powerful force. Fear of failure keeps you from trying. Fear of success keeps you from becoming. It is subtle, it is quiet, and most people do not even realize they have it. You might recognize it in moments when you get close to progress, and then mysteriously pull back. You slow down right before finishing a project. You undercharge your services, even though you know your value. You stop yourself from speaking up at the exact moment it would help you. You avoid opportunities even when you want them. This resistance is not random. It is your subconscious protecting you from change you haven't prepared for. What is the fear of success? Fear of success is not fear of achieving good things. It is fear of what comes after success. It is the subconscious predicting more pressure, more responsibility, more visibility, more expectations, more judgment, more change, more uncertainty. For some people, success also carries emotional meanings shaped by early life experiences, such as, if I succeed, people will expect more. If I succeed, people will envy me. If I succeed, I might lose relationships. If I succeed, I could mess it up and embarrass myself. Success works for others, not for people like me. These beliefs are not logical. They are emotional predictions stored in the subconscious. Why the subconscious resists success. Your subconscious mind prefers familiarity over improvement. Even positive change feels threatening if it is unfamiliar. Success brings 1. Identity change. Becoming someone new means letting go of who you were. Your subconscious feels loyalty to your old identity. 2. Loss of excuses. When you succeed, you lose the comfort of saying, I can't. That level of freedom can feel overwhelming. 3. Fear of being seen. Success puts you on the stage, even in small ways. Visibility can activate old fears of judgment. 4. Fear of maintaining success. What if I get it, and then lose it? This anxiety quietly kills ambition. Your subconscious does not resist success itself. It resists the unknown emotional consequences of success. The success threshold, your hidden limit. Every person has a subconscious threshold for how much money feels normal, how much happiness feels safe, how much confidence feels acceptable, how much love feels deserved, how much success feels fitting. When you rise above this invisible threshold, your subconscious pulls you back to what feels familiar. This is why you might save money, then suddenly overspend. You get close to a fitness goal, then lose motivation. You start building momentum, then take a break. You meet someone good, then distance yourself. You get opportunities, but don't follow through. These are not random behaviors. They are threshold corrections. Success feels outside your normal range, so your subconscious cools you down. The solution is not to force success. It is to raise your threshold. How to dissolve the fear of success. Here is a grounded, safe, non-clinical method for gently teaching your subconscious that success is allowed. 1. Clarify what success actually threatens. Ask yourself, what do I believe will change if I succeed? You might uncover fears like judgment, pressure, or responsibility. Naming the fear makes it softer. 2. Normalize the new level. Your subconscious accepts what feels familiar. Spend a few minutes each night imagining not the excitement of success, but the ordinary calmness of living successfully. Not celebration, not fireworks. Just normal, steady living. 3. Build comfort, not intensity. Your goal is not to hype yourself up. Your goal is to make success feel safe. 2-minute actions work well here. 2 minutes of planning, 2 minutes of organization, 2 minutes of skill practice. Small actions signal safety. 4. Remove the either-or belief. Many people subconsciously believe, if I succeed, I will lose something. Replace it gently with, I can grow and still stay connected to who I am. 5. Celebrate completion, not perfection. Most fear of success hides behind perfectionism. Success must be flawless. Instead, teach your subconscious. Done is safe. Completion builds emotional familiarity with success. Tonight, tomorrow micro practice. 1. Write down one success you secretly fear, something you want but feel uneasy moving toward. 2. Identify the emotional prediction, what your subconscious believes will go wrong. 3. Create a new, gentle belief. Example, it is safe for me to grow. 4. Take a 2-minute action, something small that moves you forward. 5. Before sleep, visualize the calm normalness of success, not the celebration, the peaceful routine that follows achieving it. This teaches your subconscious that success does not disrupt your life, it enhances it. Chapter 20. Reprogramming your future self, designing the life your subconscious can support. You've learned how your subconscious formed. You've learned why it resists change. You've learned how habits, identity, fear, and emotional memory shape your behavior. Now we arrive at the final chapter, how to consciously design the future version of yourself in a way your subconscious can actually follow. Because here's the truth, your subconscious does not respond to pressure. It does not respond to unrealistic affirmations. It does not respond to radical overnight change. It responds to clarity, consistency, and believable direction. This chapter is about creating a future so clearly defined, so emotionally grounded, and so familiar to your subconscious that moving toward it feels natural instead of threatening. Why most people cannot hold a future vision. Many people set big goals, but very few maintain a stable vision of who they want to become. Not because they lack ambition, but because their subconscious rejects the picture. There are 3 reasons. 1. The vision is too far from their current identity. The subconscious cannot bridge the gap, so it shuts down. 2. The vision is based on pressure, not desire. I should succeed. I must change. I need to improve. Pressure triggers resistance. 3. The vision lacks emotional realism. It feels like fantasy, not a possible life. To reprogram the future, you must build a vision your subconscious believes. The future self model. Your future self is not a fantasy version of you. It is the upgraded version of your current identity, created intentionally instead of accidentally. A strong future self has clear habits, clear emotional patterns, clear beliefs, clear boundaries, clear daily actions. But, and this is important, your future self must still feel like you, not a stranger, not a superhero, a believable expansion. When the future self feels believable, your subconscious begins adjusting your thoughts, decisions, and habits automatically. This is how long-term change actually happens. The 3 layers of future self reprogramming. To make your future self real to your subconscious, you must work across 3 layers. Layer 1, identity. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be 1 year from now? Your subconscious needs a clear identity shift, such as, I am someone who finishes what I start. I am someone who treats my body with respect. I am someone who earns more each year through skill and consistency. I am someone who handles challenges with calm strength. Identity is the anchor. It tells the subconscious who you are becoming. Layer 2, emotional programming. Your future self does not only behave differently, they feel differently. Ask yourself, how does my future self feel on an average day? Confident, stable, focused, calm, hopeful? Feelings teach your subconscious far more than thoughts. When you practice feeling the way your future self feels, even for a few seconds, your subconscious receives new emotional instructions. Layer 3, micro actions. The subconscious does not trust big promises, but it trusts small actions repeated consistently. Ask yourself, what is one tiny habit my future self does every day? Examples: 2 minutes of organization, 1 minute of deep breathing, writing 1 sentence, reading 1 paragraph, doing 1 small financial task, walking for 3 minutes, practicing gratitude before sleep. These actions are small enough to avoid resistance, but powerful enough to reshape identity. Micro actions build a bridge between who you are now and who you want to become. Creating a subconscious-friendly future plan. Here is the blueprint for designing a future your subconscious accepts. 1. Choose 1 identity upgrade. Not 10, not 5, just 1. 2. Choose 1 emotional state to practice. For example, calm, confident, hopeful, capable. 3. Choose one micro-action to repeat daily. Keep it small. Keep it consistent. 4. Visualize the future self as normal you, but improved. Avoid fantasies. Show your subconscious a life that feels reachable. 5. Repeat the identity cue once before sleep. This is the most effective time to communicate with the subconscious safely and gently. Over time, these steps create a new internal blueprint, one that supports your future instead of resisting it. This is not magic, it is alignment. When identity, emotion, and action are aligned, your subconscious becomes the engine of your transformation. Tonight, tomorrow micro practice. 1. Write down one identity you want to grow into. Example, I am becoming someone who acts with confidence. 2. Name one emotion your future self feels often. Example, calm focus. 3. Choose one small action. Example, 3 minutes of focused work. 4. Visualize tomorrow's version of you doing it easily. 5. Say once before sleep, this is who I am becoming. Your subconscious listens when you speak quietly, consistently, and with clarity. Epilogue, a final message for the journey ahead. You have reached the end of this book, but not the end of your transformation. Everything you've learned about your subconscious is a doorway, not a destination. And the person you are becoming from this point forward is someone you get to shape with intention, clarity, and courage. Your subconscious is no longer a mystery. It is no longer the invisible force working against you. You have seen how it forms beliefs, how it protects old identities, how it pulls you back, and how it can be guided toward a future that supports your happiness, your growth, and your purpose. But the most important truth is this: you are not fighting your subconscious, you are teaching it, and a mind that is taught gently will always follow you. Your mother's message lives here. Before closing, return for a moment to the message your mother gave you. The biggest enemy you will ever face is yourself. At the time, those words felt heavy, maybe even confusing. But now, after walking through this entire journey, you see the deeper meaning. She was not warning you about weakness. She was guiding you toward awareness. She was preparing you for the inner battle every human must face. The battle between old identity and future identity, between comfort and growth, between the familiar past and the possible future. She left you with a truth that becomes more powerful the more you live it. You can become your own enemy or your greatest ally. You get to choose which one from this moment on. And in honoring her message, you also honor your own potential. What happens now? You do not need to master every technique at once. You do not need to fix every habit overnight. You do not need to force change with intensity. Focus on the smallest possible step. One idea, one shift, one identity upgrade, one micro-action, one moment of awareness. This is how real transformation begins. Quietly, gently, consistently. Over time, these small steps compound. Your subconscious begins to trust the new direction. Resistance fades. Old patterns weaken. Your future self becomes more familiar than your past. And that is when change becomes effortless. A promise you can keep. If there is one promise you make to yourself after listening to this book, let it be this: I will not abandon myself again. Not when things get uncomfortable. Not when fear whispers in the background. Not when the old identity tries to pull you back. Stay with yourself. Support yourself. Guide yourself. Your subconscious will follow you wherever you lead it. Lead it with kindness, clarity, and patience. A final thought. You are not a prisoner of your past. You are not defined by old stories. You are not limited by the identity you were given. You are not stuck in a life that cannot change. A new version of you is always one decision away. Not a dramatic decision, a gentle one. The decision to rewrite your inner world, one thought, one feeling, one action at a time. This book was the beginning. Your journey starts now. Author's note. This book was born from a lifetime of inner battles I never understood until much later. For years, I thought discipline alone would change me. I believed that if I worked harder, pushed more, and forced myself to improve, everything inside me would eventually fall into place. But the truth is simple. Hard work cannot change what the subconscious refuses to accept. My turning point came from something deeply personal. My mother used to tell me that my biggest enemy in life would be myself. At the time, I heard it as a warning. Only later did I understand it as love. She was pointing me toward the place where real transformation happens, inside the quiet space of the mind, where identity, fear, memory, and belief silently shape every choice I make. After she passed, her words followed me everywhere, in my highs and in my lows, in the moments when life felt possible, and in the moments when everything felt heavy. They became a compass, not a criticism. And slowly, they pushed me to study myself with honesty. Why do I pull back when I get close to success? Why do I repeat behaviors that hurt me? Why does change feel like fighting a storm inside my own chest? Those questions shaped this book, not as advice from a perfect person, but as a journey from someone still learning, still growing, still confronting the quiet resistance of the subconscious every day. Some of the biggest breakthroughs in my life came from sleep. There were nights when I went to bed with a problem unsolved, only to wake up with an idea that changed everything. From business solutions to creative breakthroughs to small insights about my health or habits, my mind kept working, even when I wasn't awake to see it. It took me years to realize this was not luck. It was a system we can train. That is why I created this audiobook. Not to offer medical or psychological advice, not to promise instant transformation, but to share a method anyone can use safely. A way to work with your sleeping mind instead of fighting it. A way to support your future self with clarity and consistency. A way to honor the message my mother left me and pass that wisdom forward to anyone who needs it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for trusting me with your time, your attention, and your inner world. And thank you for allowing Frogplum Audiobooks to be part of your journey. If this book helps you even 1%, if it softens one fear, breaks one pattern, or opens one new door, then my mother's message lives on in both of us. Thank you for listening. If this part helped you, make sure to subscribe, tap the notification bell, and share this audiobook with someone who might need it. We release new parts every week, along with fresh audiobooks designed to help you grow, succeed, and reach the highest version of yourself. Self-improvement becomes much easier once you understand how it works, and we're here to guide you every step of the way.